is it that makes us weep and feel our pain?
We're here today for Women for Women International, which is a grassroots organisation that sponsors and supports women in war-torn and post-war-torn countries to rebuild their lives. And this Meet Me on the Bridge is one of their initiatives, which originated in last year when women in the Congo and Rwanda came together on a bridge and cried out to the world for peace. So we're sponsoring and supporting that initiative by joining on the bridge here on International Women's Day, on the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day.
We are gathered here today because in spite of 100 years of International Women's Day, women across the globe still experience gender inequality. Women across the globe are marginalised economically. 70% of the world's poor are women.
The bridge idea came to me as something which is actually wonderful, because all of us sitting here and all of us outside those countries where there is more need to stop that violence can actually put our hands together and support those women to walk across and negotiate those difficult situations that they have found themselves in. And I am asking you to walk away today to know that this is not the end, but this is the beginning.
I think it's really important for Australian women and women in democratic countries to stand up for women in developing countries, places where they're obviously being oppressed, and you know the oppression goes on, and I think it's about time we did something about it.
The moon is hidden in the clouds, the firelight is dying in the dark slum and street.
I was looking for what I would do today and take Vida to, because she goes on lots of adventures, and so I brought her to this one because I thought this seemed to be the most exciting in linking women together on a bridge all around the world. I thought that was just such a special idea, and now that I'm here I think it was more than special. Holding hands for peace was just beautiful.
No to violence against women, and yes to justice and equality for all women, because stronger women build stronger nations. And I'm going to ask you to find your voices here today as well. Every time I say no to war, I want you to say no to war. And every time I say no to violence against women, I want you to say no to violence against women. I want you to repeat those words after me. I want the experience to grow inside each and every one of you so that we all carry the voice of no to war.
I think the most important thing that we as women can do is that we can lobby our governments. I think it's the voice of women that can actually bring about change. Governments don't necessarily initiate things unless the population, unless the public get behind it. So if women in Melbourne, in Australia, around the world can start lobbying their governments to put pressure on the United Nations and the government in Afghanistan to include more women in the negotiation table, more women at the table of peace, then I think that women can do amazing things.
Begin to imagine a world of peace. Let's begin to imagine a world without war, a world where women are valued for all of who they are. Let's begin to imagine, as we create this human bridge, saying no to war. No to war. Saying yes to peace. Yes to peace. Saying no to violence against anybody. No to violence against anybody.
I think the sort of statistics about what's happening to women and children are heartbreaking, and to be able to do something, just to be able to take some action is better than doing nothing. And it doesn't even feel like enough, but it's better than doing nothing.
I think it was fantastic. I think You know, there were lots of different people here today from different nationalities, women of all ages, from quite young to quite old. I think the event was really good, and I think it's just a beginning of women raising their voices here in Melbourne. And I think that it's time for a revival of a women's movement, and the women's movement calling out to the world for peace.